Hi there. Today we're going to talk about email marketing in 2025, some realities and what you can expect with email marketing, and how one company recently posted that they lost over $135,000 with email marketing in 2024. And I'm going to provide my commentary on that, talk about it, and I hope that this video brings some information to people who are looking to get into affiliate marketing and email marketing, because it's very important that we understand how these numbers work and the future of this business. Okay, welcome. Today I want to talk about Stacked Marketer newsletter, and I want to talk about how they recently shared a report that shows that their business model lost about $135,000 last year. Now, Stack Marketer is an online newsletter for marketers like myself, and I read it every single day. Now, this video is not a promotion of Stack Marketer. I'm not getting paid to promote their service today. I'm simply talking about the service that I use daily, and I want to talk about email marketing in general and how my business in 2025 is going to be focusing heavily on email marketing and how I believe it is the future of marketing for a lot of affiliate marketers out there. So this report comes at a great time because it shows you the realities of what you can expect if you go down the path of building an email marketing list. So I'm going to pull up their latest message that I received, and this is the one I got this morning by Stacked Marketer. And you can see that their content does contain a lot of information, not only for business owners and people looking to do online marketing, but they also have some information for affiliates as well. They do sometimes cover topics like traffic sources, new rules that we need to follow, and stuff like that. So there is some good information there, but typically I do find it leans heavily towards more people that own their own products or bigger networks, but it's still valuable information if you want to keep I guess up to date in the industry of affiliate marketing and marketing in general. So one of my favorite sections actually is the bottom part here, rounding up the stack. I typically just read headlines because this does come out daily, so it does get to be a lot to read. But you can see that basically their business model is to get subscribers onto their email list using whatever strategies they're using, probably a funnel somewhere. Reading through their annual reports, they are doing paid media, so they're buying ads. They're getting people onto their email marketing list, at which point they get paid by getting sponsors. So you can see if you scroll down, you'll see sponsored by, and they do typically have different companies advertising, say, for a week throughout their newsletter or a few days, and they sell these packages through their website for you to be able to put your ads in front of their audience. That's their general way of monetizing. Now, for someone like myself who's doing affiliate marketing, I would be monetizing my lists differently, where I'm typically sending out content that has affiliate links embedded within the content. And so it's a different business model, but the same things do apply. The most important things like open rates, how to get subscribers, and all that stuff is still something that we need to discuss today. So I wanted to bring up their latest annual report. And so let's go to that now. And you can see through their website, they do share their annual reports, which is really great information for anybody looking to get into email marketing, because they share a lot of great stuff like key data. They talk about how they acquire their customers. They talk about the expenses and the realities. And you can see the reality is last year they lost $135,000. So how can a business operate like that, you ask? Well, there are certain things when you read this, you can understand they have a bigger vision. And oftentimes when we build a business, we have to lose money first to get to that bigger vision in the future. So that is very, when I look at this at first glance, I can understand where they're going, and I can see that a lot of their expenses last year were around the development of some new content and some new developments on their website. So that can be quite pricey when you're building out something bigger. But for the most part, they do share a lot of key data. And then not only did they share it for this year, but they also have their past 5 years of growth. So you can see their story from 2019 when they had 0 subscribers and 0 revenue to how they've gotten to a point now this year where they've got over $500,000 in revenue. So it's very interesting. And so let's just talk quickly first about some of the numbers that they're reporting here, because it's important that if you're getting into this, you understand how you measure success in email marketing. And then we'll talk about some of the key revenues that they have and things I'm doing differently in my business for revenue. And then we'll talk about the expenses. And then I'd like to hear your comments and whatever else you have that you think is important. And also, don't forget to subscribe to their newsletter, because more subscribers on that newsletter means every morning I get another message coming to my inbox. And I think it's great information that they are sharing. Basically, they had 16 million emails sent. And this is based on a total number of subscribers of 97,752 subscribers. So basically, it is the number of subscribers times the amount of emails they sent. And that worked out to about 16 million emails, meaning 50% of those were opened. So that means 8 million opens, roughly, and a revenue of $517,000, roughly. And of course, you can do your math and figure out what the revenue per subscriber is, but that is not a key metric here that they're reporting on. They even said that down below. And basically, their earnings before taxes were a negative 135,000. Now, that could have been much more of a loss had they also included the interest and the amortization and depreciation expenses that were also acquired during the year of 2024. But they included only the EBT, so the losses are about 135,500. So let's talk now about some of the things they're talking about here, why they're doing the report. They want to set a tone for transparency, and it's actually really good information. So again, I would recommend you read through all of the reports, because I have over the past few years, every time they send these out. And you can see here that some of the main things that they changed this year was the click to open rate was one of the metrics that they changed here this year. So basically, they adjusted this from CTR because it's the most commonly used in the industry now. And we noticed people too often default to CTOR even when they call it CTR. So their average for 2024 was 3.15% of a click to open rate as compared to the year before, which was roughly 5.1. And they also talk about the Apple Mail Privacy Protection. I'll let you read that yourself if you come here. I wanted to more focus on reflecting on the revenue as well as the expenses that you can expect to incur as you build out an email list for yourself. So the revenue here was $517,000, and typically their revenue comes basically from the sale of their Stacked Marketer Pro membership, which is more for marketers who want more in-depth reports and more data on things that you can consider when you're building out your own business and some of the stuff that they don't cover in their newsletters, because the newsletters are typically more curated content of other people's content. But when you get into their membership level, there's more detailed reports that they've provided and created with more research that takes time and energy and money, and they have to pay people to actually do those reports. So those reports are available in the Stack Marketer. So they charge $99 a month for that. So their revenue from that would, they were expecting more revenue from that, but according to this report, they didn't get as much revenue as they expected. I think there are other ways they could monetize their list that they are not doing right now, but they are likely working on. I think their website could have more space for potential sponsorships to show their banners or their companies, or they could have a directory of partners that they work with. I think those could be potential ways to increase revenue. Now, it's very difficult in this niche to market to marketers, so you can't really plaster your content with a bunch of affiliate links, but you could have potential directories of information and products that are valuable to marketers. But again, this is going to be a challenge in the marketing niche because the psychology of a marketer is much different than a typical consumer, because we already know we're being marketed to. So it's very, there's a different way to market to marketers than there is to typical consumers. So I think that's going to be a challenge for revenue. But this doesn't mean that their business model is not profitable. They obviously have a bigger plan here, because the expenses is where I wanted to lead to. When you get into expenses for your email marketing business, we have to talk about what is involved here. Now, they don't provide too much detail on operating expenses, aside from saying it's a mix of tools that we use, team salaries, including founder and management salary, technical development, marketing, and occasional travel and accommodation expenses. So that's basically what they're talking about here. So tools are things that we as marketers need to use. For example, we need an automation software. We need to be able to house all those emails that we're storing. We need a server that will send these emails. So you got to pay this money for these tools in order to do that. You also need tools for analyzing your data and subscriber cleanup. We need to get rid of unsubscribers. We need to see that data. So all of these things are things that we have to buy as marketers. Now, for myself, I'm going to be using Mailgun for my reporting, and I'm also going to be using my own WordPress setup where I'm going to be using something like Funnel Kits or Fluent CRM. I decided to get away from places like Aweber and other places that are a little more expensive, but it's an all-in-one package. But for me, since I do have experience, I'm going to be using a mix of different tools. I'm not sure exactly what these guys are using for their mail out, but I'm sure it's in one of their reports, and I think they did talk about it one time how they do set that up. Now you got to think about the expenses of people. So it includes team salary, so all the people that are going to be writing the content. If you're doing this yourself, obviously this is just going to be you, which would be the founder management salary if you're the founder. But as a founder, you can't do everything, and you do have to hire out people. So if you're going to be building a massive email list, you need to consider building out a team, which is going to cost money. Next, technical development. This is one of their biggest expenses in 2024, I believe, where they did develop a lot of stuff on their website. They go on to talk about that, and they show some different examples of that in one of their videos. They created a new platform for people to engage with in terms of getting new content. So that's going to be a one-time expense, hopefully, and so that they can come out profitable next year. Marketing is a big expense as well, because you need to build that subscriber list, and building a subscriber list involves Facebook ads, Google ads maybe. I know they are doing Facebook, but you could also be doing Google ads as well, or any other social media platform where marketers hang out. And I think Facebook would probably be one of the best ones for this niche. And I believe they went on to say that themselves down below. Lastly, the travel and accommodations is big in this industry because marketers typically like to hang out at these big world events. So we're talking places like Affiliate Summit East. We're going to Affiliate World. There's the lead generation one that just happened here in Florida. There's a whole bunch of different events you can go to and gather subscribers. If that's something that they're doing, then it's going to be quite expensive. And there's a lot of flights, there's a lot of accommodations. So that's a big expense. So the $500,000 doesn't go a long way. So that is something that I found quite interesting in terms of the expenses here were $653,000 to operate a email newsletter. So what is the outlook for 2025? Basically, they're saying we've seen some positive but small signals in the second half of 2024. So we're cautiously optimistic it'll be a better year in 2025. And now they're looking to acquire other newsletters similar to theirs. So if you do have an email newsletter in the marketing space, you may have an opportunity here to sell it if that's something you're looking to do, or you can learn from some of the things they're doing in terms of improving your own results, perhaps. It looks like their main monetization strategy for 2025 will be to double down on Stacked Marketer Pro. That is, again, their membership platform that they are promoting. And also their goals in 2025 are $750,000 in revenue, 150,000 subscribers, and a $150,000 profit, which means roughly a 20% EBT margin. So those are the results of their annual report. Again, if you want to check this out further, please check out the Stacked Marketer website, stackedmarketer.com. Join their newsletter by clicking this button up top. And for those of you that want more information like this every single week, please don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel where I do cover different topics related to marketing and affiliate marketing in particular. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next video.